Hello and welcome, Reds, to Anfield Road TV. How are we? A massive thank you to everyone that did tune in on the episode yesterday. As you can see from the title and the thumbnail, a little bit about transfers as well, and we'll be speaking about the FPL. We'll be starting the league as well. Me and Kev will be going through our teams, but a lot could change obviously with the transfer window still open anyway. But Kev, how are we, lad? Most importantly, you had a good day, lad?
Yeah, man, good day all round. Yeah, we got a bit of a sun came back, less rain, which is great. Still warm though. Still warm.
I could do with some sunshine anyway.
Sunshine.
It's the Scottish blood in me anyway. But yeah, obviously speaking about the Owen Beck deal this afternoon or this evening anyway. The Chiesa, a bit about Rodrygo as well. Diaz, the latest reports coming out this evening. So obviously when you wake up, there might be a bit more news in that regard for the Colombian as well. But chat, anyone watching or tuning or listening or whatever you're doing, if you are watching this on Tuesday morning, massive thank you for tuning in and hope you have a lovely day and hope you had a very good day on Monday anyway. Start of the week, it's always not the best of an easiest days of the week, but it's usually very chock-a-blocker, whatever you're doing. So, of course, Kev, Ekatike, just slightly touching on that as well, mate. Obviously, if anyone that didn't watch the video yesterday, I think there's been a lot of videos floating around this evening. I think I've just recently seen a video of apparently him thanking his driver. I think he more or less drove around in Frankfurt as well. So that's been bouncing around over the last hour. So it looks like obviously we know it's a formality in the next couple of days, but I think little videos like that just very much paved the way really there. And yeah, Kev, it's a quick one as well, Kev, and chat. I'm made up because, as we spoke about last night, Liverpool haven't spent any money, but you wouldn't think it, like the fact that rival fans, the fume continues well into what has been like a whirlwind of fantastic emotions for Liverpool fans.
Yeah, Jack, I don't understand why they're so
wound up.
Like, why they're so wound up about. I don't get it. Liverpool haven't spent money for years. We do like 1 or 2 marquee signings once every 4 or 5 years. You know, I remember like you don't tend to kind of like bring in an Alisson and a Van Dijk in the same window, you know? You don't tend to bring in all of these. We didn't do that. We built it over windows. We saved up. We did that. No, we just had the Nike deal, and I know we're going into the Adidas deal, and this is the first few years in quite a while where we don't owe any money for any stadium build or anything like that. So this is building up. We got 100+ million from the end of the Nike deal. We got 100+ million from getting to where we did in the Champions League. We got 100+ million from winning the Premier League, and we're not even talking about sales on top of that. I mean, we got 35 million for Kwanzaa. We got, the 18 million with upwards add-ons for Kelleher. There's potential for 40 odd million there for Elliott. There's potential for 80 odd million pounds for Diaz. And that's without, and the fact that we've spent this money is, what rival fans will tell you, we're in as big a shock as you guys are. Yeah. That's all I can say. We're in as big a shock as you guys are. So much so that we, like, I said it a few months ago, Jack. I said I felt it was going to be a big window for Liverpool, and I never say that. You know me, dude. I hate transfer windows, but I said it. I said I feel this is going to be a big window for Liverpool. New manager, he'll want to put his own stamp on things. We've Kirkes in the door. We've Frimpong in the door. How quick is Frimpong, by the way? And
I did tell you so, but you just didn't listen to it.
Rapid. And Ngamoa has got some footage out there, as you said last night, of him megging everybody and just making them look like idiots. So that'll never see the light of day. And we've got Wirtz in there and some of the stuff he was doing, using players, using his own teammates to get balls around corners. It's, and graceful on the ball. But with Ekatike coming in, man, like this guy's a huge talent. I've been studying more and more on him, and the way journalists talk about him, the way his peers talk about him, is nuts. It's so good. There's so many variants within it. And also, would you believe Ekatike, he suffers with palindrome syndrome?
What's that?
So it's like having arthritis. but it's not. So it doesn't do any long-lasting damage like arthritis does, you know? So when arthritis is there, so this is like a syndrome that tells the body to do this and it kind of inflames, but it's you know, it's countered with medicine and all of that. But we actually had a few players in the past that had palindrome syndrome. Yeah. We've had a few of them, and mostly a lot of youths and guys back in the day as well. But yeah, there's been a few, 1 or 2 recent. I forget which ones they were, but I'd have to look it up again. But yeah, and if like, you know, we're being told with Rodrygo, I don't know what's going on with Isak. I think more than likely he's going to see Saudi rather than us. It's doable. It's very, very doable. But for us anyway, but I don't know, man. Maybe Ekitike wants to be the main guy through the centre of number 9. So
I don't think it's financially viable really for Newcastle to do the deal with Saudi. Of course, it's nice for them to get the deal in, but I think there's rules and regulations already in place. Well, if you want to be adhered to, that's just up to the Premier League with other teams or whatever. But like, say if they were to sell like Isak to the to Saudi Pro League, obviously sponsored by PIF and ridiculous. Obviously, we know Newcastle's owners. Like, surely that can't be allowed to be sanctioned like a 250, 300 million, because that's massively overinflated. Because there's governing bodies in any business, and if you're over egging your valuation of Isak,
that'll be investigated instantly for sports washing.
That's blatant. Like, there's no way, looking like potentially paying 150, but 250 for
you're selling them to yourself and then using the money to fund the club. Yeah. You know, so yeah. And then he'll stay there for 1 year and then possibly come back where they'll make more money off of him. So you're talking about a potential deal of up to 450 million for one player over 2 seasons. You know, it's nuts. Yeah.
Gary, lad, how are we? Messi, Vita, Miley. Who? Us two? Or Chas? Or you? All good. Or Rodrygo. Yeah, top talent, mate. We'll speak about him in a little second anyway. But Gary, hope you had a very good day, mate. Nice one for tuning in, lad. Isak was never happening. Yeah. I wouldn't say it's never not happening, Gary. I think a player that ability, player that quality, rightfully so, will be linked to Liverpool. He's every Liverpool fan's dream striker, and I think you've asked to ask Richard Hughes or an Arne Slot. If he was asked, would you like Isak in the team, I think he'd certainly say yes. I think any right manager in the right mind frame would happily take a player of that calibre. It's not to be sniffed at. But
I think if Diaz goes, Jack, you have... If Diaz goes, you actually have the potential to have Ekitike and Gakpo fight for the one spot if Isak was to come in. And if that's the case, Isak goes down the centre. There's still a world where Nunez doesn't get sold. You know, in this, because
I think he's going. No,
yeah,
he's going.
Yeah, he should be going by now. But there's still a world where, you know, that Liverpool want the right money for him. But in saying that, you know, Danz is injured now at the moment. If Chiesa doesn't go, is he the backup that's going to be for Ekitike? You know, through that centre. You know, Verts can play there in a false 9 position. No beer for me tonight, Gary. No thanks. not for a couple of weeks. But yeah, so there's still a world where Ekitike can play off that left and also through the centre, and also, you know, actually rotating with Isak himself in the middle. So there's a world where all that can happen, and I think Arne Slot's going for more versatile players, definitely. Yeah, 100%.
So big up there, chat. Big up there, 10. Evening, lads. I think his agents. I think it's his agent that's kicking off. Could happen yet as well. Yeah, and obviously I think, I do apologise, Chaz. I think there was a couple of quotes anyway that were bouncing around last night. I think I read a line of it. And I think I read a couple of articles saying that it was to believed or not to believed. And a couple of people done digging, and apparently those... From the tweets, I've not seen a lot of them. I should have done a bit more investigating. So I do apologise. Apparently they weren't correct in what we read out last night. So my apologies.
You know, and we said that last night, but still, Mark Orbridge and them went with it this morning as well.
Did he? Oh,
yeah, they went. He went live with it this morning, and in the afternoon, and he put out a video about it, saying, you know, about these things, and yes. he pretty much does his homework, doesn't he? So yeah. So maybe there's some truth in it.
Yeah, he'll be kicking off though. His agents, especially for his clients, it means money for him. But most importantly, I think everyone was digging out comments that Isak made like 6 years ago. And similar with Trent, I know you can go as way back as Trent saying, "Oh, I want to stay" and all that. But players' mind frames change and set different as well. Let's be honest, Newcastle aren't winning Champions Leagues or Premier Leagues. They've got that ambition too, But you've just got to put your feet in the players' shoes anyway, boots, and just be realistic. Really, it's his last big move in his career, a big paycheck, not just for him, but obviously his entourage as well. And I think he wants to where I analyse Harry Kane as well. That's one thing that does my head in, Kev. And chat, he waited that long to get a move to Germany. He could have left Tottenham 3-4 years prior and been sat there with 7 Bundesliga titles or something stupid. But
I don't look. We could say the same about Gerrard. You know, he could have sat there with a lot more. He could have sat there with Premier League titles under his belt as well. But you know, if a fella loves his club and he stays there as long as he possibly can, you know, and then he doesn't see that the wind is the tide is changing or the wind has changed, that's when he decides to move on. I mean, Gerrard didn't want to retire, but he didn't want to go to anywhere else in the Premier League either. So fair juice to him, they go off to a different league. So yeah.
Yeah, 100% now. So it's right. We're going to the news stories. I know obviously we've got the FPL little video as well. Chat, if you haven't already done so, set up your FPL account. We'll be starting the league this evening, and hopefully this season, even I need to just be we'll have one night dedicated to FPL. You can all laugh at me getting about 10 points every week anyway. But we'll try and do. I'll try and come up with like a prize.
Oh, while we're at it, Jack, did Tom wear the jersey?
No, for context, chat. Tom did come bottom of our FPL team. Obviously, Tom's been on the channel anyway when we done the Everton preview. My mate Tom, sadly, won't be wearing a Liverpool kit. I don't know why it doesn't stretch to Greece. But I don't know. It's one of them anyway. So, chat. What's the forfeits in your FPL league anyway? Hopefully, you're not getting strapped to a lamppost or whatever anyway, and getting flour put over you. That's a kind version.
That was a great version. That was a great video. That was in Northern Ireland, wasn't
it? Yeah, I think so. Anyway. It's the lads will be lads anyway. But yeah, Gary, not too bad. So obviously this evening, you wake up tomorrow on Tuesday morning. Obviously this is come from aggregated by.
Before you go into that, Jack, it just what on Gary's thing there with Malik Fofana when you put it up.
Yeah.
If Fofana comes in, we won't be getting Isak because Fofana will play mostly on that left hand side. There's a world where we get Rodrygo, he can come in, and also Isak, but I can't see a world where Fofana comes in at the same time and we get Isak at the same time because Fofana will play out on that left. Ekitike will want to play through the centre. I don't think Ekitike is going to join if he's going to have to rotate with Isak. He'll want to come in and be able to rotate with multiple people, whereas Fofana mostly plays on that left hand side. And you know, Rodrygo can play in any position across the front, so he could also back up for Salah. He can rotate with him and give Salah more legs. So no, just because I seen that part and I seen Jack throw it up, so I said I'd get on the context of that. Sorry, Jack.
It's all good, all good. So Lucho Diaz coming this evening. It's Papi Sierra as well, obviously the South American correspondent. He was one of the for context, he was the first person. Well, the person that got the Luis Diaz from Porto to Liverpool absolutely bang on the money when it come out. He was the first one. You must know someone in Luis Diaz's camp or very close mates or whatever. He's got a good connection anyway as a journalist. But coming obviously aggregated by the Anfield sector as well. Breaking, there's strong possibility that Bayern Munich will finalise the arrival of Luis Diaz. That's coming from Papi Sierra as well. So this is the deal that does hinge on a lot of variables in regards to, as we've already said on tonight's show there, Kev, is not that he will have a detrimental impact because there's still a very good player in there, whether he goes or stays as well. He'll have a massive impact on the football club. But I think in the region of this deal does heat up in the next week or so. I think once we get the Ekitike deal over the line, officially done the interviews, boxed that off, and we know it's total agreement already, but just get it done. Get Hugo joining up with the team in Asia as well. So yeah, I'm hoping, and I tell you what, Kev, if Liverpool and chat, if Liverpool can get the evaluation that we want as well, that's a massive deal really to get the potential incomings into Liverpool as well. Oh, you're on mute there, lad.
Yeah, sorry guys. Yes, it's what was kind of was one of those Chaplin movies. So yeah, Luis Diaz, right? Before my thought process goes, Luis Diaz, the funding that man can bring in from this sale, if Liverpool can get that 80 million plus for him, it's just you're just going to see the rest of all of these signings kind of roll on in, and if it's bonused on top of that with the sale of Nunez for probably about 10-15 million less, then gravy is all I'd say. But look, Diaz has been great for us. Let's say he has. He was brilliant at the start of last season, kind of disappeared in the middle of the season, and turned up again near the end of it. But it's just that his numbers don't kind of add up across the whole. So yeah, it just doesn't add up across the season. Very gifted, holds onto the ball, but kind of a one-trick pony when he's constantly forced to move onto his right foot, and you don't want to see that happen. The less passion. We've known a team for a long time. A lot of players can hold that similar passion, but if it's not a passion that's etched into your heart, it's a thing that you just kind of just go with the norm, and then you'll just see the player getting worse and worse as it goes along. So for me, it's probably a good time to sell him for the max amount of money, especially when we already have Gakpo there, especially when we're being talked about with Rodrygo and Fafanas, and Ekitike is already in, and you have Isak coming in. I just think these guys bring more goals, and at least more assists. But I'm not taking away anything from Luis Diaz being a gifted player. I just think he probably needs a less defensive league.
Do you reckon he's at the peak now at Liverpool? I think that's his best score and assisting records at Liverpool. Yeah. Very, very similar to the season prior that he had in Portugal, obviously before his move. The season he had in the Liga Portugal. And obviously,
you put his numbers up against Rodrygo, and Rodrygo pounces all over him.
Yeah.
So at the start, Luis Diaz was getting 10, and then after that he was hitting 18 GA and stuff, whereas Rodrygo was averaging around 30 the whole time. So and I think the only two closest seasons that they got similar was a couple of seasons ago, where he was 23 GA or something like that, and Rodrygo was 25, or was it the other way? Yeah, he was 25 or 28 or something like that, and that was the closest that they got in those seasons. And I just think if we do bring in somebody like Rodrygo for that left hand side, it's only going to be an improvement. It is an upgrade, to be honest with you. But I don't want to kind of taint Luis Diaz's history at Liverpool with that. It's just that Rodrygo's a different kind of animal when it comes to that. He's just far more creative, and he's a better finisher. So
yeah, it's just that, mate, isn't it? And chat, we can all agree. He's, for me personally, as I said, I'm not too overly. Oh, sorry, I'm just trying to zoom you in there. Reposition it. There we go. So chat, as we were saying, spot on, mate. I think if he was to come into Liverpool, it'll be. But we'll get on to Rodrygo in a sec. But I think 70-80 million, if Liverpool can bring that in, Kev. I think we spoke about it yesterday, and a lot of Liverpool fans have said there's a lot of expenditure there for Liverpool to continue doing deals, and long may the whinging from rival fans continue. But whatever happens with Lucho over the next until
Bayern have to bite the bullet, Jack. They've got a hole in their pocket. They've got a hole in their pocket because we know that they were planning on spending 100 million on Wirtz until he chose us, and then you had Musiala get that terrible injury that puts him out for months upon months. So they're desperate for somebody to come off the left hand side, and with Sané left as well, so he's gone from Bayern now. So they're desperate for somebody for the left hand side, and I think they'll spend whatever money they can. They've turned around and been on the record as saying that Luis Diaz is their top target now for the rest of the window. So they're going to spend that wad of cash on Luis Diaz. So maybe Liverpool know this, and they could be going upwards of 90 million, and get it done. Either way, look, it benefits us, it benefits Luis Diaz, and it gets him his move to Barcelona in a couple of years' time when they get a few bob back in. So yeah.
No, they love a pensioner, don't they? Obviously, bit like a certain striker, allegedly, played for Manchester United as well. That's a joke, by the way. But what's the name? What's his fella? Yeah. So in terms of Luis Diaz, whatever happens, 70-80 million. If we can come to Liverpool, leave Liverpool with the right price, that'd be good. Very good business as well. But big up there, Callum. Bayern fans must be fed up with his saga already as well. Yeah, it's one of them, mate. But as Kev said, and a lot of Liverpool fans out there just need to get the deal over the line. I think a lot of the pressure will be coming from the Bayern fans anyway. But I don't like the whole setup of that football club in terms of the hierarchy. Obviously, former players. Obviously, it's always been the case. Matthias, legendary midfielder, one of the best to ever grace a football pitch as well. But like the pressure from the board on every single manager, even Pep Guardiola, really. Obviously, he won a couple of Bundesliga titles, Pep. But I think in terms of the Champions League success, they were just so desperately crying out for it at Bayern, but it just didn't quite work out for them. So in terms of as
and it's the extra pressure as well for Munich, Jack, because they used to share the stadium with 1860 Munich. So back in the day, and they used to kind of have a share in different leagues and whatnot, like, you know. But then when 1860 Munich went down divisions, they couldn't afford it anymore. They had to move out of there, which means it became then a full stadium for Bayern, which means, you know, they had to pay more revenue out to have the stadium. So it's not theirs, you know. It belongs to the city. And I like, as you know, I did a stadium tour of there. It's on my YouTube channel if you want to watch it, lads. But it's I did a full stadium tour of that, and it gives you kind of a good full history of Munich as well, and the team and how it's run and all of that. But it's a good video. I think it is. But
yeah, check it out, chat, as well, 100%. On this one, Kev and chat, obviously I think Ten said strong rumours that Chiesa is heading to Atalanta for 12 million euros. This has just come out recently. Obviously, this coming from Dave O.C. Cop as well. But obviously, it's originating from, as you can see there, Sport Italia as well. So, this is what we said yesterday, and this is what a lot of Liverpool fans were saying yesterday as well. Is he injured? Probably not. Is he leaving? Probably yes. I think all parties getting his wages off the books as well, and it's Euros. It's a Euros World Cup, whatever's coming up anyway. International tournaments. I think he's been on the Italian managers have been on record, and the hierarchies of the national side have been telling Chiesa publicly in interviews saying that if he wants to be getting in the squad, he needs to be playing first team regular football, and he basically can't be allowed to have a season that he's just had last year, even though he won the Premier League. But I think a player of his ability, especially if he's fully fit again this season, he's a top class player, man. And just goes to show the levels that we are playing at now, Kevin chat. Like the levels that this fella maybe 5-10 years ago, before
4 seasons ago, he was the best player in the world for me at that moment in time. He was ridiculous on the wing. Yeah. He was ridiculous. Chiesa, you know, as I said last night on the show, he was worth 130 million. That injury really did him over, and you know, we got him for 10 million. You know, and you know, we got probably one of the best songs that we've seen in the last 20 years. You know, so I'm hoping that they pass that song on to somebody else, which would be great, because I'd love to keep singing that song. Because it's probably the most it's probably the best song that's the most undeserved in the history of Liverpool, I think. So yeah.
Even when he leaves anyway, I'm sure we'll be singing it anyway, but as you said, we can pass it on to someone. Maybe, probably an Isak. It will go down quite well anyway, but
there's something going on with it. Can you hear him crying in the tune? Is that something?
Yeah, that would work. Can you hear him crying in the tune?
Alec Isak has come to town. Something like that. I know what it is. I see something going around about that anyway. And I see about Ekatike as well, yeah. I seen 1 or 2 of them like this, yeah. But it's a great song. Has to be done.
F off Geordie's Isaac's a copper. No.
Yeah, that'd be good, yeah.
There we go, chap. So, yeah. Leave it up to the professionals. You're a professional, Kev. You're a professional singer anyway. But yeah, so let us know your thoughts on that. I think a deal that will be, I think all parties will be best happy to if this deal can become a bit more official in the next week or so. Go out there. I think Rio Engamura coming in this coming season. I think hopefully we'll have a bit more of a license By all accounts, as we said at the top of the show, every Liverpool fan, if you've been on social media, apparently Liverpool have been, if you want to believe the rumours, Liverpool being told, the media, they don't want to be showing all our players getting absolutely minced because they want to leave Rio as a surprise for the rest of the Premier League and the League Cup and the FA Cup. And if that's the case, then sounds just to keep the, not pressure, because any youngster or any player coming into the Premier League, and especially playing for Liverpool, there's always going to be that pressure. So, yeah, he's a lad with top talent, as we said last night. Kev alluded to, a bit similar in terms of certain play styles to a certain Raheem Sterling that did come through. Obviously, we signed him from QPR for like more or less £500,000 as well. Raheem, all those years ago, when he went on to win all the Premier Leagues with City and done well for Liverpool. Sadly, just didn't quite get the trophies he deserved as well. But a top talent, and hopefully Rio stays fit. He seems like a very grounded lad, and if Chiesa is to leave Liverpool, I think Rio, not to put a lot of pressure on him, but I think the main thing for Rio in the next year or 2-3 year time, just stay fit, lad, and just keep working hard. I'm pretty sure he's got the right people around him. He's certainly got the right colleagues when he goes into work and all that around him. World class players, looking up to Salah, looking up to like even Harvey Elliott, a young player as well. Conor Bradley, even though he's 20 odd, but he's quite senior compared to the other younger players in the squad as well. So there's top talent around the board, and yeah, if Chiesa is to go, I've got all have you got confidence in that, Kev?
Yeah, I think
do you reckon it'd be him to come in and be like that 5th, 6th attacker this season?
I think so. I think he should be given the opportunity anyway. There's a reason why he came across from Chelsea to Liverpool, and the reason why Chelsea was so fuming when he left. It's because they knew what kind of a talent he was, and it's because Liverpool give chances to younger teams, whereas Chelsea tend to just buy a multitude of players for different positions, and it's never cohesive, or because they don't have really anything coming through from the youth squad, very, very rarely in Chelsea these days, that it's just he would never seen an opportunity there in his position. So I think England can come in, play League Cup games, play FA Cup games, and really help the squad really push the team on to go for those domestic trophies that are there. But I'll say that you'll have Gakpo and whomever is going to be over on that side. It's just going to be tough for him to get in there, but he would have to outplay these guys really. Yeah. And he's got the moves, he's got the control, he's got everything like that. Just probably the final ball is a little bit off, and he just needs to develop that a small bit more.
Yeah, he's certainly got the brain for it, mate. And I think the glimpses we've seen already in a red shirt, he's a very, very bright talent, to say the least, and one to keep an eye on, Reds, because, as we said, the 5th, 6th attacker for this season. But yeah, he's a brilliant player, and we'll be speaking about 2 other Liverpool players now as well, Reds. Let us know your thoughts on Chiesa and Rio potentially filling the gap of Chiesa if he was to depart this season as well. In terms of, obviously, come from Dave O.C. Kopp as well. Obviously, this is from here himself. Rangers have apparently pulled out of a deal to sign Owen Beck. The Scottish side wanted to pay the fee of $7 million, including add-ons, whilst Liverpool were holding out for a deal closer to $10 million. Beck is now in talks to sign for Derby County on loan. Kev and chat, if Hughes pulled off that absolute utter madness of $10 million for Owen Beck, I think that would have gone down as his greatest ever deal, even for the next 20 odd years if he is to stay at the football club, Richard Hughes, because that is an absolute daylight robbery if he was to get that deal over the line. But yeah, I think that would have surpassed, it would have shattered every single Rangers record. Chat, let us know. I'll have a quick look in a second as well, but yeah, that certainly would have went down as one of the record-breaking deals for a fullback. Obviously, 23, 24 now, Owen Beck was heavily linked with Bayer Leverkusen a couple of seasons ago for Xavi Alonso. He's a lad with a lot of talent. He's a lad that Liverpool certainly did rate in the academy in his earlier days as well. But at Liverpool, we just signed a new left-back. We've got 3 left-backs on the books. And sadly, a bit similar with certain other young players that have come through the ranks of Liverpool over certain seasons as well, when you've got world-class players or potential world-class players or players that you've just went out and actively signed as well. The door certainly does shut a lot more tighter anyway. So, yeah, thoughts on this, Kev? I think even if Liverpool could have got,
like
or if get
if
7
it's
million, it's massive.
if you get 7 million, if you get 7 million, there could be a deal done there. Maybe they'll do it for like 8.5 million or something like that, and then maybe with a higher sell-on clause if he was to go somewhere else. Because Liverpool always want that kind of like 17.5% to 19.5% sell-on clause. So it makes them more money. It'd be an absolute coup by Richard Hughes if you could do that 10 million. It'd be almost as good. Well, it's not his deal, but it'd be almost as good as the Solanke deal. Getting 35 million or something like that initially, and then getting another 10 million with him going to Spurs. So we made 45 million off that deal, which is nuts, really.
Question for you, chat. I'll quickly search on Google, but I know you'll know a lot more than me anyway in regards. I've just checked. He's from Wrexham, and if you're a Wrexham, that would be a huge coup, really, for obviously Ryan Reynolds and that. That's one club maybe to keep an eye on. I don't think they've got 10 million at this moment in time, Wrexham, but if they somehow, they've done about 4 or 5, whatever, back-to-back promotions it's been. If they want to show a lot of ambition, that football club, even though I think their marketing strategy, I think we only have to look at how well Liverpool are well run commercially. I think if anyone's watched Wrexham, the Wrexham documentary, their in-house media team, the everything about them is absolutely elite. It's what happens when you've got obviously multi-billionaire owners that have got all the connections in media in the world as well. But I think that just goes to show that if you buy a football club and you run it efficiently and you run it correctly as well, you can certainly go up the divisions a lot quicker, or with a similar pattern that Wrexham have gone up to. But could that be a possible team? Obviously with Derby, as we just said there. Kev,
I don't think you'd say no. I don't think you'd say no. I mean, they're in the championship this year, aren't they? So that would be 3 promotions.
He's 22, sorry, as well, Kevin Chess.
Yeah, 22, maybe a loan with an option to buy when they get Premier League money if they were able to make it up there. So I don't know, that could work. With regards, I think look, maybe he wants to go to Rangers and see what it's like for a season or two. But yeah, it'll be tough for a team like Rangers to spend that kind of money on a young fella. It's madness, yeah. But he's a good player, he's a good player. And if Richard Hughes does pull it off, then we're laughing. That's more kiddie money there, so.
Yeah, be 1 second there, chat. As I said, just trying to get up the record transfers for Rangers. Obviously, the centre forward. I'm guessing that was. Yeah, it was the centre forward, Torre Andre Flo. That was back in the 2001 season.
Andre Flo.
For 18 million euros. So what would that come at? Like 16, 17 million. And then obviously their second record signing Rangers as a club was Michael Ball back in the 2001-2002 season. He left at Everton for 9.75 million euro. Is that dollars or actually? I have to check that, Kev, anyway. Bloody exchange rates. Awful at the minute, anyway. Oh, no, I think that's pounds. Yeah, 9.75 million. So, if Liverpool could get 10 million, that would go down as Rangers' second most expensive player in their club's history as well. So, Mikel Arteta. Everton's still whinging about that Arteta money as well. So, obviously, he left Barcelona to Rangers. That was back in 2002, 2003. So, interesting one there, chat. A very interesting one indeed. Owen Beck. And is it Owen Beck that is the nephew of Ian Rush? Is it him? Or is it another player?
Yeah.
So,
yeah, it's Owen Beck,
Yeah, Owen Beck. So, there we go, chat. Final one as well. Wait 1 sec. Is it that one? Hello, computer. So, but yeah. Right. Yeah. Sorry there, Chas. I have to get that back up anyway. So, Kevin, in terms of, we'll speak about Rodrygo in a little second, mate, anyway.
Yeah.
Do you think, personally, whilst I get the other screen up, Chas, I do apologise, I should have had that up. The Rodrygo, for you, is he the best and only, not only, but the best option for you and only option Liverpool, and as well, Chat, I pose this to you as also, is he the creme de la creme top winger Liverpool should be replacing Lucho Diaz with?
Yeah, to be honest with you, if you're going to go upgrade, you go upgrade hard, and Rodrygo is that guy. A lot of fans are complaining online because he said that he did an agreement or something with Liverpool a few years ago, and he said that he made his decision not to come there. But I mean, that was to go to Real Madrid. It's just you can't. I mean, Salah said no to us the first time around as well and went to Chelsea, but then he eventually came back and then became, one of our greatest ever players. So we can't look at that kind of angle because, I mean, these guys aren't Scousers, they're not born and bred Liverpool fans. So, it's when they come here and they turn up, that's what matters. So, if Rodrygo comes, that's a great, it is a bit of an upgrade on Diaz, to be honest with you. Especially with the finishing more and just the creativity side of things more. Very, very good. But yeah, as I said earlier, if a fan that comes in, it won't be at the same as Isak time because Isak will want to play through the middle. That means Ekitike with his signing will want to play out the left, and you're going to see a clash there. But if Rodrygo came in, he can come in, play that left hand side. Isak can still come in. Rodrygo can also go over on the other side for Salah, especially when he's gone to AFCON. And I think it's probably the best option that we have. And he's still only 24 years of age.
Yeah.
So
nice one there for Kev to save me anyway as well, Chance. I was getting another tab up anyway, so we'll obviously we'll speak about Rodrygo in a little second as well, but I'll quickly get to this one.
Yeah.
And obviously it's related to obviously Paul's comment as well. Good to see you in the comments, Paul. Long time no see you, mate. Hope you're looking after yourself. I don't know if we have mentioned him as I'm just showing the chat. What do you think of Nunez will bring? Do you think Nunez will bring this season? And do you think we'll keep James McConnell? We've already touched on Nunez, Paul, but I think me and Kev, I'll speak for him as well. I think we agree he'll be very much leaving Liverpool this season, mate. I think a fee in the region of 50 to 70 million in around that ballpark. I think Liverpool can get that. I think it will be happily to sell him anyway. James McConnell, as we can see here from Lewis Steele, this evening this morning as well. Liverpool youngster James McConnell close to signing a new long-term deal with Liverpool and is likely to head out on loan for next season. Misses the Asia tour due to a minor injury. Decided flight/jet lag could exacerbate Ipswich, West Brom, Derby plus German clubs keen. LFC rate him highly as well. Were you doing that then, chat? Oh, Kev.
Scratching the forehead. No,
saluting James McConnell.
Saluting
top talent, Kev, and chat.
Yeah.
A very top talent, as Paul said there. I'd love him if we can keep him, and judging from obviously the contract, as Lewis Steele's alluded to there, he's a lad with a lot of talent. I think I've been very privileged. I think when he was there when he made his very first appearance for Liverpool. He's a lad with it's very rare that I've come away from a game, Kev, and chat, I don't know how you have felt. He impacted games that I've not seen from a midfielder since. I'm not comparing these players, but Steven Gerrard's, like, when he played in midfield when he was younger, but James McConnell was impacting games to an extent where he was getting assists. He was contributing massively to certain games, and by all accounts, on record as well, the last couple of weeks and months, Arne Slot is a big admirer of not just of Rio Trainioni, which certainly James McConnell, and if he can get a decent loan or a move to a German club on loan this season, I think it's massive in terms of his development as a young player for Liverpool.
Yeah, if he's going anywhere there, man, he should go to Germany just to get that that full season under his belt. Excuse me. But look, he's a great midfielder. He's shown his talent so far for Liverpool. He's one for the future. Still a young lad, and there's potential for him to come in. Eventually, if the likes of Curtis Jones and all that don't work out, there could be a place for him within that midfield area to step up. But we don't know what the future's going to hold. I mean, for me, I think Curtis has matured a lot over the last couple of seasons. Stepped up to the plate when we need him, but I just think because of Arne Slot's system change and stuff, a lot of the players that are stalwarts and they are going to become more squad players, and we see that changing.
He's only
with the
20 as
introduction
well,
of the likes of McConnell.
Yeah, 20.
Yeah, that's
so
what I'm saying.
He's got plenty of time.
He's got a good few years. Yeah, you're looking at like a player up to 23 years of age before you think, all right, is he going to make? Are we going to sell him on? Or will he? Especially if he keeps the same kind of performances up. If he can do that, but send him off to Germany would be the best thing for his development. To be honest with you, probably do a deal there with Frankfurt or something and send him in there. And which would be great for him.
Yeah, that's a great shout, right? I think Liverpool historically, since the dawn of time of Liverpool, since we robbed their stadium across Stanley Park and that, they didn't pay the wages anyway, so the rent, so all good.
It's because the Irish had to come in and help him. The Irish had to come in and just do it for him.
There we go. Big up Holden, Mr. Holden, anyway, all those years ago.
A lot of Irish captains funded him from down the ports and stuff like that. So
there we go. And we've become the Unbearables as a football club, all of us. And we won the league last season, if you didn't know as well. So James McConnell, 20 years old, obviously the midfield 6/8. He's quite a fair bit of everything anyway, but I do think his best position is a deeper position.
Yeah.
But I think obviously he was only recently signed his deal anyway. Obviously his pro contract 2 years ago. But I think if you can give him a 5-6 year deal, and I think that protects you as well in regards to maybe, as Kev said, 2 years down the line, if it doesn't quite work out as development, you can just protect yourselves really in regards to his resellability as well. Certainly a top talent there, and Reds, we wish him very much a lot.
If he doesn't make it at Liverpool, Jack, there's a potential there for Solanke money for him.
Yeah, possibly, mate. Because we're seeing some of the English talent at the minute. You're looking at across the Premier League, and you're like, really, has he left that football club for that much? But certainly, I rate this lad very highly, and I think a lot, like you and a lot of us chat, I think he's one of the next big names to come out of Liverpool's academy. So fingers crossed as well, Reds. Quickly touching back on obviously what Kev was alluding to before as well with Rodrygo, and then to conclude tonight's episode chat, we'll have a little FPL chat anyway, and we'll decide. So chat, if you haven't started your FPL at the minute, get the tab up, get your tablet or phone or whatever, and we'll make sure you do join the league if you are watching a bit later on Tuesday morning as well. So, as Kev alluded to, age 24, will be turning 25 in 100 and plus days time anyway. So, Luis Diaz, 28 years old, and we'll just quickly compare Rodrygo to Luis Diaz as well. So in terms of attacking midfielders, in regards to this, Kev, as you can see there, chat, Rodrygo in the blue. So in terms of pass to completion, very high percentile in regards to that. Obviously ranks in the top 2 percentile in European football, 85.7 as attacking midfielder as well. Progressive carries, much better Rodrygo than Diaz. Successful take-ons, both players bang on the money, quite similar anyway. Touches in terms of getting the ball, in terms of impacting games, wanting to be on the ball, doesn't shy away from the ball. The Brazilian obviously ranks higher than Diaz. This originates from 2,800 odd minutes for the Brazilian last season as well. So, and we know Luis Diaz did get a lot more minutes played last year as well. So, aerials 1. Nudges it over the Colombian as well. Blocks, very aggressive in terms of the way in which he wants to press the ball. And so Diaz edges it non-penalty expected goals, of course, because it is the best season in a red shirt for Liverpool to date for the Colombian. So yeah, what's your thoughts on that analysis and what you've seen really from Rodrygo there, Kev? There's still a player there.
As I said like earlier, Rodrygo's had better numbers than Diaz over nearly every season.
Yeah.
So far, I think last season was Diaz's best number. Was the best season that he had to date.
Yeah.
But even on top of that, he was scoring goals early doors for Liverpool, which brought that up. But look, Rodrygo's more of a creative style player. He does pop in with the odd goal or whatever, but he creates so many chances for people, and he's all. It's just his progressive passing play, his link up play, and mainly his carries with the ball is the main thing. But it's completing those carries with the ball. See, Diaz does a lot of stuff where he runs with the ball, but then he might have to pass it off, but it's not a progressive pass. He might have to pass back. But he doesn't do it often enough where he kind of drives into the box. I mean, you probably get much better, larger touches in the box for Rodrygo in comparison to Diaz. But man, I love Diaz as well. He's a great player for us. But if we can make that kind of money off of him, and we can get Rodrygo for cheaper than what we sell Diaz, and there's a potential to bring in even more creative signings in that area, I'm all for it. I just think because I think Rodrygo's mostly been hindered by Vinicius Junior being in the side and Mbappe being in the side, but the fact is he's learned an extra trade by playing a bit on the right, which could really help us in games where Mo Salah's not hitting the ground running. As Salah gets older, he's going to decline slightly, so it's handy to have a player like Rodrygo to come in and even give Salah rest for a couple of games. Salah will always make appearances. That's always like per his contract or per his game time. But if he doesn't start, he'll certainly play in the game. So you're always going to have that creativity and always have that danger for the opposition. The good thing about Salah, what I can see this season, is the benefits that it's going to have on him having Ekitike and Wirtz in there, because no defenders are not going to do double team him really going forward, because they can't risk leaving Wirtz and Ekitike and any of these guys free, and with Frimpong and Kerkez creating absolute nightmares going up and down those wings. I just fear for Premier League defences this season, and even European defences. I just find that Salah's going to benefit the most, I think, out of all of them. I know the lads will be fantastic that have come in and all of that, but Salah's going to see less people attached to him at the hip than he has done in the last couple of seasons. They've gotten away with being able to do it because we were just in that transition where nobody was helping Salah. This Trent was always dropping back, or he'd never come up past the midfield anymore.
And it's the perfect time and big up there, Dara. Nice one for tuning in, mate. I've got obviously the Kulusevski stats up in a little second, mate, and I know obviously you did. It was a couple of months back anyway. You shouted out Kulusevski, and we had a little look at him. I think it was you, mate. I do apologise if it wasn't, but it's a great shout already with Kulusevski. I think you can understand why it's a very good name. That I think that is why ball data, and a lot of people that mention Kulusevski is a player. I think me and Kev looked at it a couple of months ago as well. But
I actually think he's better off being brought in like a De Bruyne type Kulusevski. I don't know why he was never trained, because he's got a good drive on him, and I think he's wasted going out the wing. I think he's better off being in a De Bruyne type position.
Yeah, 25 as well. He's just recently turned 25, the Swede. Obviously 7 goals, 4 assists. Europa League, 1 goal, 3 assists as well. So it's interesting, really interesting in terms of when you do have a little gander at his data anyway. In terms of as a midfielder, to say the least anyway. Attacking midfielder, interesting. Obviously, 2,955.
Do you see the difference between the two stats? As an attacking midfielder, winger, he's wasted. You put him in the midfield position, and he's so creative on that right hand side of a midfield. I think he fits that De Bruyne. I'm surprised that the likes of Man City didn't see him as some sort. We know how gifted De Bruyne was, but nobody really saw that full gift, because we didn't see it at Chelsea too much. We did see it at was it Werder Bremen? He was at Wolfsburg, I forget. But we've seen it starting there again when he started moving into that position on the right hand side, and then obviously he took off even more so in that fantastic City side. that were, that gave him that freedom and that passing, and he was working on his passing game a lot more. And I think Kulusevski's a similar style, build of player, type of player, carrying the ball. He can pass it. So you can see it there, the numbers there alone, the progressive carries, successful take-ons, touches, progressive passes. They're nut stats, to be honest with you. But it's just, the problem is, well, it's not the problem, is the good thing is he's doing it with Spurs and in a poor Spurs side as well.
With Thomas Frank as well, and Chas, Thomas Frank could be wanting a bit of money to spend as well, obviously with the new management. Yeah. Of course, they've not stopped in terms of obviously Kudos coming in, other players do actually chat. Who else did you sign, Kev? And Chas, Tottenham. They've went out and signed quite a fair couple of players, haven't they? There's a centre half, Chat, and we'll speak about. Oh, sorry, Della. Are you good?
Yeah, I'm good. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, just lagged out there for me, from my end.
Yeah, it was lagging for me on this side as well. I think it's just the side itself.
Yeah, all good, man. We'll quickly touch on, just trying to find out how many games he did play. In terms of the positional play as well. That doesn't matter. I'll find it again anyway. But chat. So Kulusevski, Zara, as you said there, mate, interesting player to keep an eye on. But in terms of chat, going into the main course, really, to say the least anyway, FPL time is upon us, really. And Kev, we'll start with you. Chat, get your FPL up anyway, and we'll get Kev's up now. There we go. We'll see, not that one. That's mine. There we go. Is that one? No, wrong window again. We'll get there eventually.
No.
No. Where the bloody hell am I put it?
Hey, Jack.
There we go. Is it that one? Not that one. Wow. Have you stopped sharing your screen? There we go.
I haven't, no.
That one.
Should be still there. There you go. There you go.
What have you called your
team?
You
go. I didn't even give it a name yet. I don't think you can name it until the end. It just gave me this name.
Oh, you jumped a queue there, really. So, chat, as I say, can you zoom out? Can you zoom out there? Can
I zoom out?
On your screen by one.
Where? By one. Okay.
Yeah, just zoom out. There we go. Yeah, there we go, chat.
Aye.
So, goalkeeper, chat. Kev, who are you getting? Chat, get your FPL team up and we'll be building our teams as we go. So goalkeepers, as we said, chat, a lot of this, we'll rehash this, but it will be a show on the channel. We'll do an FPL night every night. I think a lot of people out there love playing FPL. So Kev, who's your players? Who's your goalkeepers?
Last year I had Cells and I'm tempted to go again, but I don't want to spend as much as 5 million on goalkeepers. Goalkeepers tend to kind of, there is a good load of them that do keep an averagely good score. So I was tempted to nearly try Kelleher after going to Brentford, or maybe Trafford if he ends up going to Man City. They could be good shouts. But I think I'm going to bang in Creevy Kelleher there, to be honest with you, at the start. And then why is it showing Kelleher Nottingham Forest? Oh, it's Nottingham Forest away. My bad. It's Brentford.
I was going to say.
I was just going on there. And I'm reading it wrong. I'd have that there. And then maybe, if I can change, I'm obviously just going to go to a 4 million player to be able to look the best at the moment is Dubravka in there. That's at 4 million points wise. But I'm just trying to see is any of these guys starters for their teams. Is what I'm looking at.
I think Brentford fans chat if you haven't watched what's his name play for Bayer Leverkusen.
Is Darlow the starter for Leeds?
Leeds fans have been if the French lad that plays for Leeds is playing, I'd say he's going to be getting them relegated again. This
is I think he moved on, didn't he? That guy. I think he moved on. So let me just have a look.
That was it. Sorry, Chaz. If Leeds play with Meslier again in another league season, they'll be gone again. Chaz, get your FPL teams up. We're just starting it anyway. It'll be a regular show on this season and but Calais sells. Zane, are you telling us that? Tell you, good shouts. Sells was be interesting to see how much Sells has jumped up. What's he gone to?
Oh,
Yeah,
he's gone to 5. I got him in a 4.5, I think, last year.
Yeah, I was gonna
But
say. I'll tell you what, that's quite cheap, if I'm being honest, mate. Like,
it is. Like the peak one is Pickford at 5.5 and Raya and your Allison's as well, I suppose. But he's 5.5 as well. Yeah, Ederson's 5.5, but he's on his way, isn't he? He could be going to Galatasaray or wherever that is with Trafford coming in. That's why I wanted to look at Trafford because I just think Trafford might be a good shout to get him while he's in Burnley prices. If I can find him.
Leno's
There he is.
always a good shout.
It's
Anyway.
5 million though. I'd want to spend 5 million.
Right. So
Leno's a good shout, yeah.
I'll show you my picks anyway. Chance anyway.
What price is Leno?
5 mil.
Yeah, I don't want to go as much as 5 mil. Not on the keeper at the start. I want to spread it out so I can get that 0.5 back somewhere else. Somebody underperforming and then put in a 5 mil goalkeeper. Melia is still there. Leeds. Cairns there. Okay.
As you can see there, chat, I've gone with Sells and Kelleher. You've just got to think about, obviously, the large 3 players. Obviously, Leno, 5 million. You don't really want to be picking 2 £5 million players. Martinez, don't be picking him anyone because he could be going anywhere. Van Bergen as well. Yeah, I think that's probably going to be everyone's pick, if I'm honest. So apologies there, chat. I'll quickly zoom in if you can't see that. Oh, there we go. It's better, so you can see that. So I've gone with Kelleher. So Kev, have you decided your 2 picks for your goalies?
I have not, and I'm stuck on it, but I might come back to it in a minute. I'll see, but.
Yeah,
look, I'll bang Sells in there as well because he was my pick for last season, and Keller's kind of a good buy this season. So maybe Keller could. Can I swap them around? I can't. I can pick them as
we can change
later.
them anyway.
We can change them anyway.
Run out a bit of money. Right, quickly as you can see there, Trafford Kev. Quickly head over back to mine. I am gonna go straight in. I'm gonna jump to queue. Midfielder, bang. 14.5 million for Salah. Chat. That is it's not a joke because he's the best FPL player as well. So I'm going with Salah. Yeah, that's it, Kev. Get your bang on.
Your big buys.
Yeah.
Okay.
So go in with your big buys. So I'm going with Salah. Chat. There's no.
Yeah. I like to kind of go with Salah as well, but because he always scores first game of the season as well.
There's no ifs, buts, or maybes. We're getting.
Yeah, he's got to go in that.
Yeah. So I'm gonna go with Salah. Me forwards, chat. Can you see this? Sorry, you can't see. That's Kev's screen. Anyway, sorry. As you can see there. So forwards. Tell you what, 7.5 million for Wissa.
It's good. It's good shot now.
Why have you they've done us in here this season, chat. They've put Wissa, not Wissa, sorry. What am I chatting? I was meant to have picked another player there. And you know what? Liverpool. Where is he? My man. Actually, we're getting my man Florian in.
Yeah, I know. That's what I was looking at as well for Vert. I think he's going to be outstanding. That I wanted Vert or Salah, to be honest with you, man, because I don't know, because I kind of also want to test out Ekitike coming in there as a forward, and then I would like a Kirkes or Frimpong in the back line. So it's almost like you nearly have to sacrifice Salah for the first time ever to be able to do that. So I don't know.
Wow, chat, am I blind? Probably because I'm wearing glasses. But where's Frimpong? There's no way.
He's there. You just seen him.
There's no way Frimpong's like 5 mil. Because if he
that's what I'm saying. He's cheap.
Oh no, I'm chatting out me backside. Frimpong 6 million.
That's not right.
No, that's cheaper than Trent. In all honesty,
It is.
That is cheaper than Trent.
As I'm saying, it's you could nearly swap between Frimpong and Kirkes weekly. That because they're both going to be the same price and value, and they're going to probably play even, and you just go with whoever's kind of in form. So you could swap them out nearly weekly. So you couldn't have the two of them in there at the same time. But like I kind of want to keep that forward line for Ekitike because I think he's going to absolutely smash it with Wirtz sitting behind him. I really do think he is. As a player.
Chat, get your FPL up anyway. We'll let us know your picks anyway. But there's no way.
I'm going to be different. I'm going to go with.
Obviously, chat. This will change the closer we get to the Prem. Obviously, new signs or whatever. Especially for some of the players that we've picked. Who you picking there, Kev? Chat. Hopefully, you are playing along the way as well. And
I'm going Wirtz in there, and then on my right back, I'm going to go.
There's no way no one picks Salah, but it's that deal. Salah. Do you sacrifice? Because the one that was doing everyone's head in last season was Haaland. He was an absolute joke at the back end of the season. Thankfully, I got rid of him on I think match week 28 or in and around that. Because he went through an awful dry patch at the end of the season in terms of scoring goals. Who are you picking there, lad?
I'm looking.
Pick your 3 Liverpool players.
I'm picking my 3 Liverpool players. Okay. I can't pick him yet. The Ekitike is not there.
Oh, sorry, then I saved that one.
I was going to do that. So I'm going to put in somebody else that I think is going to be around the same price.
You're not picking
eventually. I'll always end up picking Salah. It's just the way it is. I'm just looking at what team I can build without a Salah at the moment.
Oh, disrespect him over that one.
It is. Yeah. And he always scores first game of the season as well. I just have. Yeah, no, I have to go with Salah. It's just stupid not to do it.
You cannot have Salah. Oh. I know it's a massive wedge.
Oh, defenders.
Mo, as all the other videos, when he does all the media for FPL in the Premier League.
Yeah.
And isn't it nice to look at the Premier League website and winning the league? We won the league last season, we didn't know. Yeah. So that's my 3 Liverpool picks there, chat. Chat, who's your 3? Yeah, man.
Have we got the same picks? We have for Liverpool.
There we go.
That's what I was thinking of Mamouche as well up front. So I'm gonna start looking up forward.
Let's have a little look.
Isak is 10.5 million. Wood is there, Bowen is there.
We're knackered this season, chat. If Isak does come to Liverpool, we can't have them all in. Yeah, you'd have to. It's going to be one of them. So I'll quickly go through my picks.
Where's Mamouche?
Defense. One second.
Is Mamouche counting as a midfielder?
That's mad if he is. Zane, is he classed as a midfielder, lad?
We try here. Let's go type it in.
Right, baby, we'll head over to my.
He is a midfielder.
Oh, sorry, there, Kev's got it up. What's he?
Yeah, 8.5.
Oh, that's disgusting. That is absolutely disgusting.
Yeah,
that is huge, humongous. Because he, I think he was a striker last season, wasn't he? If I can remember, yeah. Because I had him in my FPL last season. 8.5 million. That's quite good value. Because what you want to be looking at as well, chat. I'm no FPL expert, but if you can, far from it as well. But if you pick a midfielder that is technically classed as a forward, that is huge. That's mad. That is mad. So, right, chat. I'll let Kev debate.
I don't even know. I don't even know if Wirtz is worth it at the start of the season.
Oh, he's going to do a Pogba first beginning of the season, get 4 assists. Where are you chatting?
K-Mac comes in there with a lovely little message.
Big up there, K-Mac. K-Mac, we're doing the FPL lot.
No, I would definitely take that, dude.
Yeah, we'll take that, lad. What source is that? Trust me, bro, or I don't know. Is it one of them? So fingers crossed, mate. Hopefully that is the case. K-Mac, hope you well, lad. And K-Mac, get your FPL open, lad. We're going to be starting.
We're building teams.
So go over to my screen and think I've got my defence nailed down. So Milinkovic was one of the surprises of the season.
He was in my top choice there at the moment. Him or what's his name? His partner, Murillo.
They've put 8 Nuri at 6 mil there, chat. I'm
still gonna bang Milinkovic into it.
I think yeah. Go with.
I'm not going to 8 Nuri.
6 mil's too much, isn't it?
It's just too much.
How's Cucurella 6 mil as well? By the way, chance. I know he got like 6 most as a defender, but not buying Arsenal defenders because then they get battered this season.
What's his name? Aina. I love me a bit of Aina. That's 3 players from Forest, right? Done there. Milinkovic sells.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to have. Then enough Pedro Porro.
Forward line is going to kill me. I'm not going to pick Haaland again.
No, Haaland.
I never ever pick Haaland. I just don't pick him. He was great. He was brilliant that first season, and then and he started really well last season. So you might see him start well this season. It's not worth.
So I know some of us do, but with us doing a video, a FPL video every week.
Yeah,
we can laugh at all the points.
Keep people on their toes.
Yeah, so be consistent.
Haaland is 14 million.
That's ridiculous. But I know Haaland had an off season last year, didn't he? But yeah, so there we go, chat. I'm gonna put my players in, but I'll probably be over the limit. But,
that's what I'm saying. Yeah, I'm getting to a point where I get over the limit, and then I can see who I can sacrifice.
Bosh! Gahey for 4.5 million.
Yeah,
we take those. That is a deal. We cannot.
See, I tend to go for. I know Milinkovic isn't there, but I tend to go. It's nearly almost better to go for wing backs as your defenders because they get assists and they link up play.
Corners
they get the corners going and stuff like that, So yeah, and I liked what's it called? Milinkovic, Aina, Frimpong, Munoz is it at Crystal Palace is a good shout. I should be looking at defenders.
Certainly not Delo.
So I was
not picking any Man United defenders because they're shipping 5 every weekend.
Yeah, Jesus, yeah.
Especially if they don't replace Casemiro.
The fact that I can't put Kirkes in there now at the same time, and I loved him last season. Cucurella is a good show, but still.
Right, I found him. There we go. I forgot he moved to them.
Yeah. That's a good show, actually.
Lad from Slavia Prague. Slavia Prague. He's an absolute giant. He was linked with Liverpool as well. I think it's the Senegalese fullback as well. But keep an eye on him, chat, as well.
He's only 4.5 million.
I'm gonna go with Doof. I know it's West Ham, but
it's not set up yet. It's I think KMax is the question, isn't it? Oh, and KMax has Munoz as well. You have a joint code.
We'll set that up tonight, lad. We're just picking the teams at the minute. So play as you go at the minute, chat. Get your FPLs up. Trippier 5 mil. He's not going to be getting much game time, is he? Bramthwaite's gone up. I think Bramthwaite was 4.5 million last season.
Jesus, Robertson is still 6 million.
Sabani, no one buy him because he's going PSG. I tell you what, there's not a lot of like top quality fullbacks in the league. Like you look at that, like actually, that's the opinion.
Like you have Nico Williams and Aina, they're just going to like really pick one of them.
Have you picked any more from what we've seen before?
No, I'm still looking at defenders, man. The defenders are the toughest parts for me. Oh, Spencer, a good season last season for Spurs.
How much is it? That's a good shout there, Kenny. How much is
Munoz? That's what I was looking for. Yeah, I was looking for. Where is he? Oh,
he's probably went up to a bar though.
Oh, he's there. Yeah, he's 5.5, wasn't he? Okay.
Not too bad.
Yeah. Good shout.
The count with Matthias. Oh, I suppose. Yeah, Matthias Nunez is 5. He's classed as a defender.
So the last defenders and all of these guys, they have to concentrate really on getting another good striker in there, and then they can fill the rest.
No, I'm gonna go with that with my back line anyway. Big up there, Jay. How are we?
Is that my one? Oh yeah.
Jay, speaking of West Ham defenders, I've just put Juve in our team, in my team anyway.
Elliot and Martin. Actually, Jay, the K-Mac was saying there that it could be Elliot plus money for going after Isak.
Yeah, Jay. I think obviously he's a London lad himself, any Harvey. You know, he's a boy, a Liverpool fan, but yeah, I'm hoping he goes to use, mate. I've said, obviously spoke to use over the years as well, and I think if he can go to West Ham, he'll be one of the main men. But it just depends how much he's buying for. I think it'll be about 40 to 50 odd million. I think Liverpool will be wanting, but you'll be getting a very. He's a much better player than Mohamed Kudus. I'll tell you that now, and he's younger. I know Kudus was very in and out, really, wasn't he, in regards to his form and that. But yeah, Jay, keep an eye on that really as well. All good, K-Mac, all good, mate. The link, the code will be on the channel. Every single video as well will be in the corner for everyone to join as well, chat. So, Kev, who have you gone with there? Have you sorted your backline out?
I'm looking at the last of the backline for us, and it looks like Alex Moreno is the best shout for the last position. Just because I probably never use that. I only use 3 defenders anyway, you know.
Who have you gone with your forwards?
So I've got Isak and Delap so far.
Oh, it's Delap 6.5 million.
That's what I'm saying. He's cheap.
Oh, I've just remembered.
He's cheap. Yeah, because I mean Joe Pedro's there and he's 7.5 million.
Let's get back up here.
So I got 16 million left in 3 positions. I want to keep, at least around the 6 to 6.5 million here.
How's Beto 5.5 million?
I need to get a 4 million midfielder. If there's a 4 million midfielder. I think it's like a 4 point. What was that?
Portuguese.
Yeah. Yeah, so we just get down to 4.5 is the cheapest in the midfield.
Joe Pedro. I go with him. Strand Larson. And I go with Strand Larson.
Maya Lee for Newcastle. Yeah, Doof is a good show as well for that. What price was Doof? Was he only 4.5?
Yeah. He'll be playing. He's an absolute giant as well. He's a good player.
You know what? Yeah, I'm going to swap him for Aina.
I think Espinian was about 4 or 5 player.
Yeah.
Yeah, pick up there, Jay. Yeah, he's a top player, man. And obviously, I think he's one to keep an eye on. I think he'll suit really well with you, Jay. Obviously, the way you want to be playing as well. He's like 6'1", isn't he? He's quite a big lad himself, but he's extremely quick. I think he'll do really. He's got all the attributes to thrive in the Premier League, Doof. But that's why I'm putting him in. Yeah. And he's quite good in the air as well for the fullback. So it'll be a big physical presence as well. He was obviously for Slavia in Europe as well.
Make sure you're building your team now, lads, and we get get it going there while we're at it. Build your team once we put the code in. You can all join.
Do we anticipate Wood to get all the goals again next season?
I don't know. Like he's improved.
Do you reckon that's a one season wonder for all of them, or?
But you see, Forest have lost. Is Gibbs White gone already, or is he going?
He's still there, but he'll be going anyway. Tottenham,
So. And Elanga's gone as well, isn't he?
Yeah.
So it's the creative nature now of it. What's his name? Not Gibbs White, but what's the other guy that was the ex-Chelsea player that's there?
Callum Hudson-Odoi.
Odoi, yeah. Is he staying there? Is he moving on?
I think he's staying there as well.
Yeah. I don't know what we get from him actually. It's gonna be a tough one. I don't think like they did drop off an awful lot at the end of last season, so I'm not going to trust. I just think your man Milinkovic is a good defender, him and Murillo, and I think that's just going to save him most of the season if the two of them remain there. I do like the backline. You know, I have Nico Williams, Aina, Milinkovic, and Murillo.
Oh, wrong button. Trying to look. I'll tell you what. There's not a lot of top strikers, chat. What do you think about it?
I'm still looking at the contest.
Is Edouard still at Palace? Wow. He is. Thiago.
What have I got left? 16.5 million. So I could do an 8 million midfielder, and then I could do a 4.5 million. I know it has to be a 7.5 million midfielder. So if I do a max of 7.5,
it's gonna have to be. Chad, it's difficult here.
Ooh, that's a shout. Is Semenyo going to be moved on?
No, he's just signed a new deal. He'll be
staying.
Oh, is he? Yeah, he's staying. I think it's the.
There's one to look at as well.
How much dough have I got left? Oh, you are having a laugh. I've got 16.
I'm caught between Eze and Semenyo.
So there you go, chat. That's mine currently anyway. You might have to bring out a couple of players there in the FPL. Who have you got at the minute, la?
Who have I got? Yeah. So far, I'll chop him and change him as I'm going on.
How much have you got left in the bank?
So I've got 16.5 million, which means I can get like a large either midfielder or another striker, and then just go for two small. Like I need to keep 9 million because it's going to be 4.5 and 4.5 in one of those positions. Yeah. So that's the thing I'm looking at. It could be a fact that I just sacrifice the two midfielders, but then I only play with 3 defenders always. So I would go 3 defenders, 4 midfielders, 3 attackers. You know. So I'd nearly want to spend the money on the attackers.
4-3-3,
no, 3-4-3. I would.
Oh, all right, so Todd Bowley.
Right. No, it's just the fact that you're going to have a lot more creative midfielders to create chances, and you're going to have a lot more wing backs to be able to get assists. So that's the kind of way I look at it.
I'm gonna have to do it. Sorry, chat. It'll have to be done.
What's he doing?
You'll see. I've just put in there. Brian and Buemo. That is a transfer that's done my head in, if I'm being honest, chat. You know you're regular over the years. I love this lad. I think he'll do really well. He won't rescue Man United, but he'll make them certainly better. Certainly. Much better football team.
Is he done as a midfielder or is he done as a midfielder?
Midfielder. He done really well last season as
well. How is he still in the Brentford? My one he's in United, isn't he?
Is he? No, he's still on the Brentford one there for you.
Still in Brentford. He signed today though, didn't
he? Yeah. Gibbs White 7.5 mil. Alanga 7 mil.
So look at it's what I'm looking at here is it's just there's more value in Semenyo to go in there for me. So Semenyo's in there at 7 mil. And now I'm sitting here at 9.5 mil, which is kind of, I can go for a 9.5, yeah, 4.5. I go for a 5 mil striker and a 4.5 mil midfielder.
Jamie Gittins, that's 6.5 million for Jamie Gittins. You're having a laugh.
Did he join Chelsea in the end? He did?
Yeah.
I didn't even think of that. Edward Obi Scarlett. None of these are.
We will go. Where is he? There we go. That is.
Is there anybody that's joined this season?
I've got my other midfielder in.
Jeez, Bamford is still at Leeds.
I think Andangira do really well in the Premier League though, as well, chat. I think he's done it obviously from Brighton. I think that's one deal that hasn't gone under the radar, but I think he's a really top player. he's going to be getting first team football as well regularly, and I think $5.5 million for him. Absolutely. Thing is, he'll be starting games, probably be taking pens, free kicks. I'm on the front. Yeah, I know it's Sunderland as well, chap, but you just got to have that little player off the bench, possibly.
I keep forgetting the Sunderland came up.
We're all Sunderland fans this season, aren't we? In the North East Derby. There we go. Wait 1 sec. So, have you found anyone, there, Kev?
Yeah, I'm looking at the chance that I might have to start sacrificing somebody.
Oh, it's crunch time here. How much dough have you got left?
I have 9.5 for 2 positions, so I can get a 5 mil and a 4.5 mil for these positions here. But I think, then I have to start looking at, right, I want to keep 4 good midfielders. So it looks like I'll have to start sacrificing high value defenders. So, either bring out Milinkovic and then put in some sort of wing back that might actually give more assists than you.
How much is Rodrygo for that matter as well, as Dan has said there. Let's have a little look.
He's cheap enough, isn't he?
Chat, we'll reconvene. Obviously, we'll do another show closer to the season anyway, but just so we can get the league up and running, really. And
6.5, but he's injured.
Oh, is he? No.
Yeah. Why is he injured? Knee injury, unknown return date.
Chat, who's the lad that Tottenham have signed, and he just recently, the centre half that got 4 assists for Tottenham, and last season he was one of the highest scoring under 21 players alongside Yamal at the beginning of the season as a centre half. Is it Phillips? Because if it is, I'm buying him now. And we know Thomas Frank loves a free centre half partnership. Hang on, his son's still at Tottenham.
Yeah, I think so, isn't he?
Tell you what, Tottenham seems absolutely awful, isn't it? Wow. Yeah.
Not
Danso.
Vuskovic.
He's a young lad.
Arrivals for 25, 26. Yeah, there's Kota Takai, Luka Vuskovic.
Vuskovic. Is he a defender, Vuskovic?
He is, centre back.
Was he?
12 million euro.
Is it Taki Vuskovic?
No, it's Taki. No, it's Kota Taki or Luka Vuskovic. Yeah.
FPL haven't even got him on the thing. No,
yeah.
There we go.
Yeah, he's only he's worth 12 million because he's joining us. Yeah.
Oh, chat, I'm in debt here. That's not good. That is not good.
Yeah, that's what I'm stuck. I know with the
I'm on 3 million, chat, and I've got 1 place left. Who are we sacrificing here?
Yeah, this is a problem.
I'm gonna have to.
I think I can get more out of. I don't want to sacrifice Frimpong unless Kirk is cheaper, but I think they're both 6 million.
Take Strand Larson out. Who's that?
Svenya's there, Marusha's there. Salah's 14.5 million is nuts. Archie Gray's a shout. Is he counted even in the midfield still?
Good shout, yeah, Dana. I think he's a check.
Isn't he 5 million? Yeah, it's a shout.
Is he classed as a centre half or defender?
No, midfield. 5 million.
Because he played centre half last season as well, didn't he? As well, Charles.
Yeah, so if I do the forward, what's the cheapest forward I have?
I'm gonna have to go
Let me just.
a low price here. Actually, I tell you what, Obi. Yeah, I'll go with Obi for United.
So I literally got my hand floating over him for the midfield, or for the forward.
Do we go him or this is obviously just a reserve option anyway?
I tend to play with the three up front, you see, so that's the difference.
Now we've got.
Probably do 4-4-2 maybe. Yeah, so what am I saying? Because I want to do, like, the lap is only in there until like a TK comes in, really, for me. So my team will change around.
Akatike will probably be 10 mil, 9 mil.
No, yeah, I mean, I think it'd be 7.5 because he's not proven. Might get him for 7.5. Regardless of the Babs. Scarlet for you, ma. Is there anybody else that came up? Obafemi. That's the Irish player, Obafemi, right?
Yeah.
That's at Burnley.
How did Wharton Chat only get 42 points last season? Wow. And I know that's mad.
He's more defensive midfielder, isn't he?
Probably better.
That's why I just don't go with defensive midfielders. There's no point to them. They don't bring the points.
What's his name? What's his name? He's always good.
That's when I see, like, as good as Gravenberg can be, when I see people had him in his team, I say he's not going to get you any points.
Jack, close your eyes. Where is he? 6 mil.
Who?
I was going to get McNeil.
McNeil.
I'm not paying 6 million for an Everton player. You can get stuffed. No chance, Jeff. Not paying 6 million.
Just have a look at all our players down for a second.
Maybe if it was David Ginola back in the day when he was played like about 5 games for them. No. Yeah, in a bit, yeah. No chance. Not paying 6 million for that.
Hammer's the show as well. Luis Diaz is begun. Cunha is the show because he got me a lot of points last season. Nowhere near the level of Mo Salah, 344 points. Nuts.
Right, I'm nearly done here, Kev.
My team is kind of there, but it's just seeing if I have any little drop in and outs that'll get me 1 points. Is Trossard moving on from Arsenal?
No. At the minute, I think he's going to be staying.
Yeah. That is a good shout. Raul. Yeah. Okay.
I think I'm going to have to go 4-4-2. I'm stuck here.
Yeah, at the moment it's 4-4-2 for me as well, but it's just
4-4, as Mike Bassett would say, 4-4.
Don't Aston Villa have a sponsor this season? Actually, yeah, so Liverpool don't even have a sponsor in it. Kirk is 6, Cucurella 6, Murillo. Shout out 5 now. Aina. Is that more of a you know what? It's probably a bit of shout. Pop that out. Pop him in. Just saved 5 million. Or 500,000.
4.5. Chat, we'll go with that one. 5 million.
Barnes.
I go with this, chat. A lot can change. I might have to swap 1 or 2 players out anyway. But is it me? Yeah, I've got me. So I'll go with. Actually, swap him out and put. I'll go Ayadi because he had a very, very strong end to the season for Palace. Not Palace, for Brighton, anyway. Big up there.
We just come out and we go forward.
Big up there they are. How are we, mate? Yeah, chat, we'll go.
Champions League. We all want that air.
Yeah.
Premier League and the Champions League, we all want it.
Right. So that is my.
I smell it. I smell a quad.
Oh no. There we go, chat. I'll print screen now. Actually, there we go. Print screens of that. So remember. So that's mine. Kev, final decisions for you, mate?
Yeah, I know I just swapped out of a Femi there, and just to see if I could. I think he can do well with Burnley.
As I say, chat, how are we? As I said, you haven't already set up your FPL team. We'll be doing a show a week anyway. And yeah, make sure you have set it up anyway. If you are watching this on Tuesday morning as well when you wake up or whatever, start your team. Of course, we'll change it to and about anyway. Obviously, this is just a first draft, really, of the team for me and Kevin, hopefully for you as well. But yeah, it'll be a regular segment on the channel this coming season. Because I know a lot of you do like your FPLs. And just a bit of laugh. And I'll try and organise a couple of prizes my end as well, and obviously when the season starts, before the season starts, we'll announce them anyway. I'll get some prizes for you, and yeah, hopefully be some good ones as well. So
Beto had a good end to the season last season as well, didn't he?
I think he got 10 goals, which is quite staggering considering he plays for them across down the park. But
so I'm thinking that if I can get that's 5 million, it's 5.5. Means sacrificing Archie Gray, bringing in 4.5. Let me have a look at that.
Oh, you're swapping better out for Archie Gray.
It's just an extra forward because I'm only going to use 4 this midfield anyway. So Archie Gray is not going to get in the team.
Yeah.
So if I'm going to go with Semenyo and all of that, he's just going to sit there on the bench. There's no point. It's the midfield is the easiest picks for me because always with the 5th guy it's just going to be maybe somebody who's got a bit of talent and that I'll never really use. Let me just look at the midfields here, and then top of 4.5 million, and that'll do me for now maybe, and then there'll be definite Stephanie, Lewis Miley for Newcastle.
Is he 4.5 mil, Lewis Miley?
Yeah, as I'm saying, it's worth a shout, like, isn't he? Bang him in there for the moment.
So I'm going to enter my squad.
Yeah. At the squad name. Oh, here we go. That's what I'm saying. There's the squad name. Oh.
Chat, get your Kev squad name suggestions in the chat anyway. Be kind.
Yeah. It'll either be good or I can use a hybrid of some, maybe. Choose my favourite club. The squad.
Yours is Tranmere. Right, well.
Yeah, me and Mike Dean getting steamed up every weekend.
It'd be a right. I'll have to go in a bevy with. You see me?
Yeah, running backwards, blowing whistles.
Go ahead, Mikey. Like it's funny when you have him on. Is this Sky every weekend?
Yeah.
Like the panel doesn't even know what's even happening. They even start arguing with him, poor fella. There we go. Right, I'm gonna go with that. There we go. Slot Ball, season 2.
Season 2. Oof.
There we go. There we go. Right. Accept the term and conditions, chat. We're going to be Premier League champions again this season. That's what it is. So there we go.
Oh. Oh, what do I say? I'm trying to think of something that I could put in there. Chat's not been very helpful.
You can submit your own badge. Go ahead.
Can you?
Yeah.
Nice.
Right, let's create the. Right, create. I'm just creating the league here. trying to create the league here, chat. Sorry.
Yeah, looking at it. So, come on, lads, come in there. Give me names. Give me some funky names. Put them in the chat.
There we go.
We'll try it.
Right, can I... there we go, chat. So, we'll please screen that. So, chat, this will be on the screen. There we go. We can lock that in. There you go. That's the league code there. So, chat, as you can see there, that is the league code. So, make sure you do get that involved and search that. So...
What the?
What? Stop me doing this. There we go.
It could be. I know. That's a good one. Yeah. We see. Estepina. No, I didn't pick one. What price is he going for?
It was one of my shouts as well, though, don't it?
Yeah.
I think he was with a move to, I think it was City out this week.
Was it?
But, yeah. There we go, chat. Write that down or whatever. There's the league code that you can join as well. Oh, there you go. As you can see there, chat. League code to join. So Kev's selected this team. I've selected mine as well. So
I have, but I'm just seeing out.
What do you think of there?
I'm just trying to think of it when they stick it to that, slapping me DMs. I just keep it at that.
There we go.
Yeah. Generate your custom team badge. Let's do it. What's this? Oh, I like that. Oh,
right.
What's this?
Well, Kev gets distracted by some shiny things as well.
It's shiny stuff. It's like the Flash.
So, chat. Join the league as well, chat. Write it down. It is 1J98CB as well. Write that down, Kev. Are you joining the league? Or?
Yeah, I am. Yeah.
Are you creating?
I'm doing my badge. That's style. No.
Doing his badge. So, chat. Obviously, that is the league code. Make sure you hit that subscribe button as well, chat. And we'll conclude this evening. It's been a very good show as well. Massive thank you. Still, how many of you's in? 20 of you's in this late in the stream as well. Absolute legends.
Yeah, Rodrygo.
Obviously, he's a right winger, right? And he's harder, but yeah, I'm guessing. Oh, yeah, left back. I'm thinking talking about Estepinian as well, mate. But yeah, it's been a very good stream tonight, chat. Much appreciated. As I said, throughout the season, we'll hopefully try and get a lot more people on in regards to the shows as well. 1 second then, chat. Apologies. Yeah, so hopefully if you're watching live or you're watching on the repeat as well this week or whatever, you want to get involved, I'll try and send some invites out this week, but depends on everyone's availability. I know the shows are quite late in the night, but yeah, obviously the best available time for me personally this season as well. But chock-a-blocker, and that's how we like it as well. Massive thank you, Kev, for joining me this evening as well. You boxed off. So
I'm boxed off, yeah.
Yeah.
There's no badge yet.
Yeah.
Very close. I was going to know this.
It's all good. Sorry, lad. I've messed with your camera. There we go. There you go. That's better. There you go. Sorted.
Get me good side, Jack.
Nah. There we go then. Chat, massive thank you everyone for tuning in. Much appreciated. Kev, when's your next stream, lad, for everyone?
I'll be here on Saturday for doing a live watch along for the AC Milan game. So I don't want to. That's early, isn't it?
Let's have a quick look. I think
if it's because I've got one of the biggest gigs of the year on Saturday night, so I need to be. It all depends on that, really. So Liverpool versus AC Milan.
12:30.
In the afternoon, yeah.
Saturday midday.
Yeah, because they're way ahead. Yeah, because it'll be like 8 p.m. or something over there for them.
Yeah. Yeah, of
Cool.
course.
Yeah.
Yeah, of course.
Yeah, I'll be doing that. Watching it.
Yeah, so chat, obviously make sure you tune into Anfield Index as well. I'll be doing the watch along for AC Milan. We had some, it was a good watch along. First game of the season as well. So you can catch me on the watch alongs over there. Head over to Anfield Index as well. We've done some very good, fantastic interviews by Eddie yesterday as well. Raphael Honigstein, one of the best Bundesliga correspondents, one of the best Bundesliga experts, an amazing journalist as well. I think for me, him and Tim Vickery, obviously the South American journalist as well, they're two of my favourite people to listen to in terms of European correspondence. But make sure you tune in for that episode. Eddie interviewed Raphael in regards to all the Bundesliga, all about Ekatike as well. So check that out on Anfield Index. Another great podcast as well, David Lynch yesterday. So plenty to get stuck into as well, Reds. But Kev, massive thank you everyone, mate. And anyone that's tuning into this late as well, much appreciated. If you are watching on the repeat, do drop a like on the video as well. Muchly appreciated. As we said, chat if you finding the channel again after quite a fair long hiatus really. We will be going live most nights at 11:15.
We'll be tucking you in before bed.
Yeah, so there you go. No, you will be. Certainly I won't be, love. But Reds, look after yourself and you'll never walk alone. See you again tomorrow for the same time for another episode. Hopefully get a bit more transfer news as well. But Reds, look after yourself. Nice one, Kevlar, and nice one, chat. Yeah. Most important.
Cheers, lads.